Hey guys, welcome to this episode of From the Pages of WWF Magazine. I am Anthony. This is Collectors Entertainment Network, and this week we're going to take a look at the May 1991 issue of WWF Magazine featuring The Undertaker on his first ever WWF Magazine cover. But before we get into that, guys, I'm going to ask you, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to have you back. Please comment down below. Let me know your WWF Magazine memories. Please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. And go ahead and give this video a like. That helps a lot too. Speaking of likes, go on over to Facebook. Check out the Collectors Entertainment Network Facebook page. Give that a like. And while you're at Facebook, join the Federation Nation Facebook group and show off your vintage WWF collections. Whether it's the magazines, whether it's the toys, whether it's the videos, just show it off. I want to see your vintage WWF collections. I love seeing that kind of stuff. Love it. All right, May 1991, The Undertaker on the cover for the first time. Let's get into the pages. All right, guys, the May 1991 issue with The Undertaker on the cover. And quickly wanted to show you that it came in this bag. And yes, I still have the bag. I still keep the magazine in this bag. It is promoting the Spring-Summer 1991 official World Wrestling Federation merchandise catalog. And that is that. We're going to put that aside for now and get into the magazine itself. All right, The Undertaker, grave tasks ahead. Hulk Hogan in his movie Suburban Commando. The Dragon arises, breathing fire and scorching the opposition. Piper interview with the Rowdy one, lays it on the line. And Mr. Perfect, classic clash with Superfly Snuka. And in this issue, Earthquake grumbles and Valentine hammers his point home. All right, let's get into it. When did I get this issue? I got it on April 3rd, 1991. And do you guys remember this when Hulk Hogan was doing the commercials and it looks like the print ads for right guard sports sticks? I do remember those. I remember the commercials very well. All right, keep on going. Of course, you've got your information center, you've got your magazine publishing, all that legal stuff, and join the official 91-92 fan club. And of course, Wrestlemania 7 official souvenir program on sale at your newsstand April 9th, 1991. And of course, you guys know I did get that when it came out. Around the ring, they're talking about Paul Bearer, who is a relative newcomer to the WWF at this time. And this is really cool. Toys R Us ad, bring home the superstars. You've got your Hasbros, which are basically your new figures at the time. And you've got your Nintendo game. Looks like, what are those? Looks like those are video cassettes. You've got a championship belt. You've got collectible cards. All good stuff. What's it say? Welcome to the world's biggest toy store, your official WWF headquarters, where the savings and selection are really big, just like your favorite WWF superstars. All right. Fan forum, looks like it's about Ted DiBiase. And speaking of Hulk Hogan's movie Suburban Commando, here is an ad for it. Coming soon to a theater near you. Brainstorms by Bobby the Brain Heenan, his continuing monthly column here in WWF Magazine. Of course, your subscription page where you can either take the little card out of your magazine, send that in, or you can cut this out. I don't know why anyone would cut this out of their magazine when they could just send this in. All right. Newsbreakers introducing Paul Bearer's funeral parlor. So shortly after he came in, they started with the funeral parlor where a lot of WWF angles and stuff got started or promoted there. All right, personality profile, Greg the Hammer Valentine. I think this is when he was turning face. Had he turned face by this point, or was this, right around when he was turning face? Because he did do a face run a little bit there in the WWF. Of course, Columbia House, any 8 CDs or 12 cassettes for a penny. We see that in just about every issue. Oh, a talk with Roddy Piper. Here is the WWF interview with the Hot Rod, the Rowdy one, Roddy Piper. There's some more. I wonder if this is, because Piper can talk. I wonder if this is a real interview or a kayfabe interview that just the writers wrote. All right, Battle of the Titans. Intercontinental Champion Mr. Perfect's altercation with Superfly Jimmy Snuka. That's probably a really good match. I'd have to check that out. Where was that? Do you guys know? We might see, sometimes I wonder where it is, and then as I look, I can see the banner, so I can tell it's on like Superstars or Saturday Night's Main Event. I don't see any banners in the background, and it may say in the article, but if you guys know, comment down below if you remember this match. All right, who's next? The Undertaker seeks a victim. Coldly and methodically, since coming to the WWF, the chilling specter known as the Undertaker has dispensed with the series of opponents, including even the massive Tugboat. No one has been able to escape the Undertaker and his frightening finisher, the Tombstone. Good stuff. There he is with Paul Bearer, and there he is versus Tugboat, like they mentioned in the tease of the article. Some more great stuff. There he is going old school. I guess when it was just regular school, because this, I don't know. That's when he started it. All right, WWF Trivia, you've got new on the scene. Royal Rumblings, Ring Review, WWF Stuff, and Hometown Heroes. And, of course, your Spring Summer 1991 official merchandise catalog. You got your Hogan and Warrior stuff right there. You've got your Kids Corner Wrestling Buddies. I've told this before. We have this Ted DiBiase here in the house. It's in my son's room. It was not mine as a kid. It was my brother-in-law's, my wife's brother, who gave it to my kids. And they couldn't say $1 Million Man, so he became the Din Don Man, because that's what they could say. And, of course, you've got teddy bears for the Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Cool stuff. Here's our t-shirt page. There you got Hogan, Tornado, Hacksaw, the Rockers, Rowdy, Roddy Piper. Here, of course, is your order form. We can move aside so we can see the Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, the Legion of Doom, and the Hart Foundation. See, they are in like tank tops, which are cool, but I prefer t-shirts, so I would have liked to have them in t-shirt form. I don't know if you could order them that way. All right, novelties is sort of your catch-all. You've got wall hangings, you got championship belts, you got a kite, you got some cups, some lanyards, you got some trading cards. Good stuff. I've gone over some trading cards in a previous episode of Federation Nation, guys. Go back and check that out. All right, accessories. You've got what looks like the Boss Man hat, the Hitman shades, Bushwhacker hat, and some WWF logo merch, hats and shirts. And, of course, posters. No kid of the 80s or 90s that was a WWF wrestling fan, none of their rooms were complete without posters of their favorite wrestlers. And speaking of posters, Ultimate Warrior larger-than-life poster. Pretty cool indeed. All right, get a taste of the action. I've talked about this before. You guys know that I loved these Superstars of Wrestling ice cream bars. Were you guys able to get them? The only place we ever got them was from the ice cream man who drove around town. That was the only place I ever saw them and could ever get them. But when he came around, that is what I got. All right, Hulk Hogan in Suburban Commando. Again, I'm not sure if I've ever actually seen this movie, or if I have, I saw it once. But I don't particularly remember it. I feel like I saw Mr. Nanny once back then. I definitely saw No Holds Barred. That was huge. I saw it, I rented it, I saw it in theaters, everything. Suburban Commando, I don't even know if I've ever seen it, so maybe I gotta revisit it. Do you guys have any memories of Suburban Commando? Was it any good? I doubt it, but is it so bad it's good? Let me know in the comments below, because maybe I will check it out. Alright, some more of that, and World Bodybuilding Federation presents the WBF Championship. Bodybuilding like you've never seen it before. June 15th, 1991. 8 p.m. In Atlantic City, but was it Was it just a live event type of thing? It wasn't on TV or pay-per-view or anything like that. I don't know. I never got into WWF. Even though I was a WWF fan, I couldn't have cared less about the WWF, and I never watched one thing involving it. All right, one step too far. Boss Man and Mountie clash over meaning of justice. Some more stuff. So yeah, you got basically a Canadian cop versus a a United States Southern cop. So neither one, of course, are actual cops, but it's good anyway. All right, own the greatest video in WWF history, WrestleMania 7. For some reason, I feel like they say that every WrestleMania. Own the greatest video in WWF history, every WrestleMania. That is the tagline for the Coliseum video. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like it is, and I feel like I have seen that before. All right, Superstars and Stripes Forever 3-hour spectacular. Gotta love it. Gotta love Coliseum home video. Calculation versus Chaos. Looks like Power and Glory versus the Bushwhackers. Can careful planning defeat Pandemonium? I'm not sure. Oh, and I love it. They've got a calculator and a can of sardines, because we all know that the Bushwhackers love their sardines. The Dragon Star Rises. I mean, it's just Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Like, he came back dressed as a dragon. I never understood that, but like, he was pretty over beforehand. You didn't have to dress him up as a dragon and teach him how to breathe fire. It just made him kind of silly. But they did the same with Tito Santana. He became the Matador. Nobody could have regular names. There he is. The dragon. Breathing fire. I mean, it's cool that he learned how to breathe fire and all, but I don't think it was necessary. But at this time in WWF, I guess it was. Everything had to be a cartoon character. Speaking of cartoons, here's some toys. WWF looks strong at Toy Fair 91. Looks like you've got, obviously, the Hasbro figures. Oh, you got one of those little, like, punching bag things. Pretty cool. Actually, you got two. It looks like you got Hogan and the Warrior right there. And, of course, they got the Bushwhackers there. They're always doing it up. And then you've got Tito Santana with some wrestling buddies having a fight of Boss Man versus DiBiase. Pretty cool stuff. And some more in the Private Eye section of Toy Fair 91. Oh, look, Andre the Giant is there. Signing autographs. You know, he was still doing anything with WWF in 1991, right? I mean, the last time he was in the ring was WrestleMania 6, right? So, there you go. All right, the World Wrestling Federation Lowdown, one of my favorite parts of WWF Magazine, where you get a few little mini articles to give you the lowdown of what was going on. You got Orient Express, the model has a grape, the Ultimate Warrior, the Boss Man at Toys R Us, and the Berserker takes Fuji on as a manager. Cool stuff. Loved the lowdown. All right, Viewpoint by the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. And I doubt that's actually Matilda, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, Matilda was around from like 86, and this is 90. It was only 5 years later, so if she was young at the time, you know, if she was only a year or two old, it's only 5 years later, so it could be. Subscribe today to Bodybuilding Lifestyle Magazine. WWF Crossword, you've got Hulk Hogan in the middle. Oh, and look at this, the all-new Primetime Wrestling. Shows you with Bobby Heenan and Vince McMahon Tuesdays on the USA Network. This is interesting. I loved the Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon version, but this is funny because they brought the audience in. They brought like a live studio audience, and it kind of became a mix between Primetime Wrestling and the old TNT show. So in a way, it was kind of cool, but I definitely like the old Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon version. But you had to change with the times. And like I said, it was kind of cool because it did mix Primetime Wrestling with the live audience of TNT and a more talk show type thing. Definitely liked it. This version, I think I liked more than what it would eventually become. Would just be like a sit down at a table with like Vince and like Mr. Perfect and a couple other guys. So I like this version, but my favorite was Gorilla and the Brain. All right, caught in the act. There is Andre the Giant again, and that is from Primetime Wrestling. And you gotta love Vince's outfit. Well, I mean, it was 1991, people, so you gotta you gotta remember that. Oh, and Wrestling Spotlight, the Hart Foundation. What is that? Volume number 11 on sale at your newsstand March 21st. And the back cover is a Game Boy ad for WWF Superstars game. You got Ultimate Warrior right there showing it off. All right, guys. That is the May 1991 issue of WWF Magazine with The Undertaker on the cover. All right, guys. What a great issue. May 1991, Undertaker on his first ever WWF Magazine cover. Guys, again, I'm going to ask you, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. Please comment down below. Please like this video and please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. Also, I want to see all you guys over on the Federation Nation Facebook group showing off your WWF collections. All right, May 1991, that one is in the books. Next week, we've got the June 1991 issue. It's your WrestleMania 7 results issue and results cover. But until then, guys, have a good one.